Hey, so it's me again. A bit, Arno. We're going about once again um, some content about how to be emotionally supportive. I will change with my tone um, because you know me in another way right now. I don't have to be like, hey, yay, woo, we're gonna be emotionally supportive, pa, 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 pa. Um, Now it's just like, we need to be emotionally supportive, otherwise we're never gonna make it. So that's a bit of a crash test as well to some extent. Um, it's gonna be because of how many people are watching and following what I'm doing all the time, and because of how many people are incorporating this, what I say, what I experience in their work. Going about emotional support once more will surely infuse the knowledge as well in all the layers of society, or at least inspire people to bring some work that's more appropriate, to go in a direction that's necessary for our species. And as well, I have seen in the stars that I should go back about this content, which makes sense because we've been fighting quite a bit. I have been bringing a lot of negative news, a lot of negative information out there, and a lot of people as well from the Illuminati, have been fooled, and a lot of people from the order are um, starting, if not already in it, are starting to be in a transition, and um, emotional support in these cases, in cases of transitions, is essential, because it's like that's in the manifesto of Stalk Yourself. It's like if you fall, and if you have only people, like if you're halfway falling and if you have only people like just punching you down, it's like you're just gonna crash, you know. And if you're just used to punch them back before they before they punch you, then it's like everybody's falling apart in every directions, and nobody's catching up each other unless they are being like fought back in the other way, like punch back in this way. So emotional support is more about you starting to fall and not even falling. People are seeing the signs that you might be falling at some point, and so they prepare the field so that you would either fall properly and understand your lesson, either like painlessly, or with as little pain as possible, or it be so that when you feel in pain, which we all are feeling right now to some extent in one way or another, so that we can have patterns, thoughts, behaviors that are already prepared for us to take inspiration from, to be able to harbor some better um, collective coping mechanism to suffering. So it's like, this is what I have already been saying. It's like you're in the supermarket, you're not feeling well. Someone is like, "Hey, you good?" And like they know that they shouldn't like interfere too much with your sphere. And so then you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, I'm good. Thank you." And then you would just be moving. It's like, "Okay, take care. Thank you. Thank you for keeping up being yourself," or something like that. Like having like this type of small talk that could be like just felt, not as an automatism, just something that's felt, that's still authentic, because if you fake positivity, then it doesn't mean anything, and the person can see that you're faking the thing, and like they would rather be let alone with their authentic feelings than being interfered by something that's fake, you know? So it's okay to force it a little, it feels not appropriate or odd. Sometimes it can feel odd, but then you get used to it in the motion. So, like there is a balance to find between faking it and learning to embrace the new behavior that's being built and settled, implemented in your complex of patterns that shapes your identity, personality. So it's gonna be quite interesting since I am a little upgraded, and yeah, I guess we're gonna have like some interesting talks. So yeah, for now, talking about psychopathy and sociopathy has been a bit too heavy on some people, I guess. So we're gonna be like careful and supportive. And we're gonna be like, hey, there are ways to to move past this. You're not hopeless, helpless. The feeling good is can happen to you. It's possible. I recovered from burnout while burning out on creating that content, for instance. So yeah, quite a bit of knowledge has been passing by. Since then, uh, I wrote it more than a year ago. So you're gonna have um, and I've lived through quite some traumas as well, like other forms of violence, and so you will enjoy more of this as well. Like the comeback is supposed to be better because I know more, and I know what I'm facing as well right now. And I know what's the problem in our society. It's sacrificial magic and all the violence and pain that goes around it. And so from there on, because I know the root cause, then I can adapt my what I'm saying. I can adapt my content to that view, to that newly embraced perception and reality, um, which is what was expected of me, I guess. It feels a bit like that. It feels a bit like I'm saying things on automatic to some extent, and at times I'm losing the we say losing the perdre le fil. Perdre le fil. I'm losing the stream of thoughts, and so I don't know if I'm finishing sentences or if I'm finishing ideas at times. Just uh, I trust that this is uh, all right. And so now, normally we've talked about in the previous videos, we talked about boundaries, and boundaries are something that are violated systematically by people wanting to prove that they have more control over their life by stepping over your limits. Feeling limitless make them feel in power, and so this is something that you need to have in mind as well when setting boundaries. It's not all. When people are overstepping your boundaries, you have to understand that, okay, it's about you, it's about what you want, but ultimately it's not about you, it's about the other person that wants to overstep the boundaries or they're just missing the point. Perhaps they feign to miss the point as well, to dupe you, to deceive you in believing that they are not understanding your boundary, and then therefore putting you in a place where you have to over explain why your boundary is important. And while you're over explaining why your boundary is important, there they can just keep overstepping and neglecting your point, and make you go sideways, make you lose yourself in your stream of thoughts and your explanation. And in the end, it makes no point anymore. Like, this makes no point anymore. They just trigger you, they just overstep the boundaries, and they keep pushing you in the direction they want by grabbing attention from you in the worst way possible, which is by just deceiving you in suffering, and just playing you. So sometimes what you have to understand is that, okay, it's been painful, but it's perhaps not about you. It's perhaps about the person who is abiding by some principles, like violating violating things is what matters, is a source of power and magic, and is as well it's an expression of power, and it's as well a habit, and habit, what you have to understand with habits is that they have to be deconstructed. So from there on, if they are in the habit of overstepping boundaries because it inflicts pain, and because when they are following non, non, je suis en train de après.
Ok, d'accord.
Yeah, my family does that consistently as well, and it was as well to prove the point that it's about like a philosophy of practice, Satanism, and that it's about more about inflicting pain and being in the conflict. If not being in pain, it's more about being in the conflict, the chaos, than being like then hurting you. Of course, you have some people who wants to hurt you. I won't tell you that those people don't exist. I would have been more in the mindset, no, you should find your place where they aren't people hurting you. It's like, now I'm like, no, some people do want to hurt you and do want to hurt humanity, and do want to kill humanity because they don't know better. They don't know any better. And so from there on, those people have been are in some spheres where they have had access, they have had more means and accesses. This doesn't mean that they are right. This doesn't mean that they are leveraging actual power. This just means that a system has been built to provide them with tools that helps them, that give them more traction over reality, over the physicality. Because, for instance, ultimately, I am the most powerful one, but on the physical world, I am not directly the one that has for now the more traction. I do have traction. I don't say that, but I am just saying that the system in motion right now has been more going in their direction than mine, and I've had to push back with the complex of ideas and communication relentlessly, so that a new state of mind could be born, and that we are seeing birthing right now. We see the emergence of a new system right now. I believe, because some people are changing their opinion over the way they've been living their entire life, which is not something that it's easy to do. They see the contradictions. They have been seeing the contradictions. They have been seeing how inefficient it was. They have been seeing that it was not abiding by their values. They have been seeing that actually what they want is something different, that they've had always wanted something different, but they felt stuck in the system. And I have been showing that a pathway out of it was existing right now, and that it was time to take it, instead of following the one that we have been following for millennia. It's not an easy thing. It's a historical um, moment that we are knowing right now. It's a multi-layered um, moment of it's a multi-layered revolution that we are knowing. It's a philosophical and societal revolution that we are knowing. We are understanding progressively together all that's been going on in this world, and not everyone had the keys. I have not had all the keys. I just spread the information as it comes to me, but more and more people can see better the entirety of the system, and can make some clear decision for themselves, instead of having to follow in their dark corner. Now they can be more autonomous, and they can therefore uh, assert boundaries. They can say, this I don't want, this I want. And then, like, here we are again in the framework of in the topic of boundaries, because they know they can enforce some boundaries of them, just because they know more, or just because you know more. Now you can assert some boundaries, because you know the possible options that are available to you. If you don't know the options, it's possible. If for you, for instance, once you set boundaries, you're just like, yeah, okay, this is not okay for me, but I don't have any other option. Then it's more complicated to enforce your boundary, because you don't redirect the energy, you don't redirect the effort, you don't redirect the conversation, you don't redirect the conflict. That's another way as well. You're like, okay, we're not going to conflict around my boundary. We're going to conflict around, I don't know, like something that I spotted with you. Because some people, they are just in the conflict, so you can be just like spotting something that they do, even if it's bullshit. It's like, for them, the point is to have the conflict on, because this is the way of life. So yeah. And this is an alternative that you have right now, instead of feeling hurt with setting your boundaries and having to discuss your boundaries. So yeah, knowledge just opens up the possibilities for you to be able to feel more respected and to be more respected. And offering an alternative is something that is a viable technique, tactic, a strategy to be sure that your boundary will be respected. For instance, if someone wants to, let's take work, because work is supposed to be a place where you have more boundaries. So someone wants to have a meeting over your lunch break. You can be saying, listen, if you see that the person still want to go beyond a boundary, you can be like, listen, right now I'm having my lunch break, but I'm supposed to leave at 5 p.m. If you want to, at 5 p.m. we have the meeting. And then I will leave. Normally I'm supposed to leave at 5 p.m. But for you, I will make the effort of staying a little longer, and I will take upon my personal time to move, to go later on. It's not a really um it's not an appropriate solution, but like if you know that the person is like really like belligerent, that they need conflict, they need to abuse, like if you know that the person is an abuser, then you can tell them, no, you don't abuse me there. You abuse me where I know it's gonna be less of an issue for me, and then you can anticipate the meeting and just taking, like, I don't know, like just do less for an hour at work. Like you have like some downtime, so you do a bit less, you do some review, you do some work that you like, that serves you beside work, like, I don't know, like you read some stuff about how to set your boundaries, like from Stalk Yourself. You instruct yourself because it makes you a better coworker. So you can do that. And then because if you are a better coworker, then you are as well a better, you improve the productivity of your company, because there are less frictions. And if there are less frictions, then it means that people are spending less time on conflicts, internal conflicts, and can dedicate actually more energy and time on their task at hand. Instead of dealing with the interpersonal issues, they can actually do their work instead of having to deal with the additional stress and being out of focus because of tensions, and being like, distracted by this and that and this. They can be just like more enjoying the process of doing their work and be more focused on it, and produce something that's actually of better value, and therefore bring more value to the company. And if you bring more value to the company, then the output of the company, the bottom line, and the output of the company systematically improves. So this is not useless work when you think about it on a global scale. This is something that allows your company to make more money, so you and to be more productive. So you can decide to take care of yourself while becoming a better element of your company, interpersonal element of your company. So someone communicating better, for instance, developing your emotional intelligence to ease some tension that can be confused as some tension that are work related, but that are actually not being work related but interpersonal. It's just that some people have slightly different communication styles, or are feeling a bit stressed, and so they have more difficulties to hear each other. And then you're like, oh, hey, so I see that for you it's a bit like this, you feel that way about that, and I feel that you feel that way about that. But actually, um, the feelings are both valid, but the work that we're talking about, it's this. It's not about this slight misperception that both of you seem to have. It's like it's all right, but perhaps we can just recenter a bit our conversation around the topic of attention, which is not aiming at anyone personally, but that is just centered on the work, because we all want to make it work, right? And then, like this, instead of having a 15-minute fight of confusion, you can have just a two, not even like, what did I was like in 30 seconds. You can have like a little of, let's say, like 2 minutes, like just to put down the perception that you have of the people. Like, say them, hey, I see that this is happening with you, but the work is that I totally accept you as you are, but the work is that, and we all are working right now to do that, right? And then you find their agreement, and they're like, oh yeah, right. So, oh yeah, right, it's not me, because you can be a bit like tense in your thing, like, and we're all caught up in thoughts, and sometimes it's like it becomes a bit too personal. Like, it's personal to some extent, right? But sometimes it can become a bit too personal. So it's good as well, like, to put a bit of distance. It's like, hey, it's okay if you take it personal, but it's not about you. We just want to make it work, right? And then move back the conversation to a place of productivity and added value for everyone. So this is setting, for instance, boundaries for others. It's like, hey, it's not you, path, boundary, you know? You assert boundaries for others. So yeah, some people, they are more abusive and they want to take in your personal space. So you can redirect when they take on your personal space while still taking back some of your personal space. You're like, hey, now it's not all right. I have to eat to still remain focused and sharp to deliver the type of work you want me to deliver, which is what you want, right? And then, like, oh yes, agreement. And then you're like, but listen, there I need to go at that time, but I can make some space for you after that time, because it seems that you need extra time out of the working hours, the dedicated working hours. So there I can put some extra time. I put in some extra hours, and then you can add something like, of course, I expect them to be remunerated, but I can still make some extra time on my personal time. I still have some stuff to do personally, but I can make the effort to stay a bit longer there. And then you've asserted several, like, smaller boundaries while it's saying that, enforce, like, I'm taking on my personal time, so you pay me. Like, it needs to be paid. It's like, not now, not on the lunch because I'm eating. And then you're like, oh, it's my personal time. It's my personal time. Like, I have something else to do, and so they are abusing of your personal time. You planned on something, so then they are violating your expectations somehow because you didn't expect to stay longer. Like, there are several things like this. Like, you're going in the direction of the abuse, but at the same time, you're still enforcing your own rights, your own boundaries. And so it's a way for you to regain control when you redirect the conversation. So it's not about the boundary anymore. It's about, where is my acceptance zone. And people in bad habits, they are a bit sometimes it's just about the conflict, and perhaps the person is going to be like, oh no, okay, no, I get it. No, you know what, we're going to do this at this time, when you have time, when within the working hours, blah, like, it's just like a push and pull. Sometimes it's just about that. It's just a push and pull. It's like, I need to overstep because this is how it works, because this is how I got the job, because this is satanism. I have to push you out of your bounds, and this is just what it is. Up, I'm going about it, tack, 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 and you have to push back. It's like, it's not even a question. It's like, you have to know how to push back. And then when you take it less personal, it's like, okay, hey, we do that there. They're like, oh, okay, right, yes, you're right, yeah, we do it there. Like, it's a philosophy as well. It's so now we're gonna see. It was 30 minutes introduction to talk about to read the article, which is the format of the podcast. I talk about the article and the topic, around the topic of the article, and then we go about reading of the article, and I'm adding some comments and notes. I will remain under the hour, and I will compress the reading to remain under the hour because I want to post it as well on TikTok. So I think an hour format is good. You can comment below if it's good for you, this format under an hour. And you can tell me as well if you watch the other videos. You can tell me as well if you prefer the other format where it's a bit more sharp, a bit more like into it, like snappy. I remember that my mind was like a bit more fuzzy at that point in time, but I was still going about it. You can tell me if it's something that you prefer, or when it's shorter, around the below the 30-minute mark. And if so, I will do my best to remain in this type of format. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. So, we've said normally there is a video already that has been posted. Yes, it's about setting boundaries. It's a 47-minute video, and I think I have been interrupted. Oh yeah, I had been interrupted by an officer as well on the seaside in this video, and I took as well this this interruption from the officer as an example. I was a bit distracted, but yeah. So I am so sorry. So normally it's said on Medium that it's a 3-minute read. You can read this on Medium. You can read the article in a file normally that I have. It might have been modified. I don't know if it's been modified. I think it looks like it's been modified. But yeah, I will just change it as I read it, because I'm just a bit lazy. I just go with the flow. So we're gonna see how to be emotionally supportive and improve your EQ. And around the topic of setting boundaries, and we're gonna see the first framework, which is the Dear Man framework. So I'm reading now. We covered boundaries yesterday. We've seen that they nurture safety and growth. Yet, knowing that, perhaps you aren't sure about how to communicate them. So we'll cover one method to communicate your boundaries with the Dear Man framework. This method comes from the dialectical behavioral therapy (DBT) playbook. The therapeutic approach aims to improve interpersonal relationships and emotion management skills, amongst other things. So interpersonal relationships, as we've seen before, and how to handle your emotions better. Emotion management skills. Remember that initially these articles were posts that I delivered on LinkedIn. So the Dear Man is an acronym, and it states for, so it's a point for each letter. An acronym. It's a point for each letter. So the D. So let's start with the Dear. It's about describing. So describe, express, assert, and reinforce. Then the Man is about mindfulness. It's about appearing confident. And then it's about negotiating. So let's dive in. Let's cover the point describe. So describe, express, assert, reinforce. So describe how it makes you feel, express your boundaries. I think that's it. No, express, we're gonna see. I don't even remember myself. So describe. State the facts clearly, concisely. Don't put any judgment. Remove all people, you, I, she, he, they, from the situation. Depersonalize it unless you talk about Snoopy, the office doggo. Then it's different. It's present. It's best to present the facts that way. So here I'm saying basically, your boundary has been overstepped. So what you do? You said, instead of saying you did that, you say, when this happened, I felt that way. It's like you describe. It's not like when you did this action. It's like when this action, no matter who does this, it's like when this action is done, then there are some reaction. Then I express you what's going on with me, how it makes me feel. And then I'm saying, don't say you, hey, they, she, la. You don't point fingers basically at anyone unless it's a dog. You can say, but the dog was cool, you know. You can do that because dogs they will bark at you worse to worse, you know, and then they won't like escalate further the conflict. So the aim is to de-escalate the conflict, and when you don't point fingers at anybody, they don't feel hurt. They don't feel fused with the situation, and they don't take it personal. If you depersonalize it, it helps the person in front of you to reflect better on the action that has been done. It's not them doing the action, so it's not their identity that is targeted, but it's the action that is targeted. It helps to communicate better. So it's best to present the facts that way. That word has been said, then this happened, and that has been said. And Snoopy was sleeping peacefully on my laps. So I'm a bit elusive right there, but it's just to present you with an example. So I guess that you understood. Then express. Use the I statements to express your emotions concerning the exposed fact. From, so there is a, I have in the article like a type of format. From, and then you replace with the problematic event. So from being insulted, from hearing insult that seemed directed at me, I felt emotion, state of mind. So I felt angry. So when I heard this word, nigga, not coming from a person of color, I felt angry. And then you explain why. And then you say, because it's blah, 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 blah. Because it's not appropriate, you know? It's like you've not gone through all the layers of racisms. It's like not you, it's like people that are not of color, they have not gone through all the layers of racism, and it feels a bit insensitive to go through this. You know, like you explain a bit. You can explain later, but the aim is to remain centered on you, how it makes you feel, because then you need to assert what you need. You need to assert what you need. You don't have to, but you need to assert what you need in these methods. So then you assert. State what you therefore want or need. Be specific as possible. Be as specific as possible to avoid any gray zone and foster complete understanding from all stakeholders in the conversation. So I come back to, so then, okay, I continue. So asserting, because it made me feel, and then emotion, state of mind, I need, want, boundary statement. So for instance, because it made me feel angry, I need this word not to be said by anyone. It's like, it's not I need you to stop saying this. It's like, I need this word not to be used by anyone. And then it helps as well to elevate the problem, to elevate the conclusion of the problem. It's like, I need everyone. It's like, it's not something that's a you problem. It's a everyone thing. And then perhaps if it's in the workplace, you can just escalate this to HR and be like, and push so that it be written in the workplace policy. So then there, so that then you crystallize your boundary to the next step of reinforcement of your boundary, which is like the embedding it in the governance of the company. That's as well like a way for you not to stay stuck with your boundary not being respected, because it's like, then it's more like you point out at the workplace policy. You're like, hey, there it is said that we don't do that. It's like, I don't do that, you don't do that, so we do not do that. So let's not do that together and let's move forward, please. Then it's easier to negotiate, so to say, or to reinforce your boundaries, because it's not like, this made me feel that way when I heard that, this made me feel that way, so I want that. It's more like, this is written there. Like, it helps to elevate the entire problematic. So then reinforce. I see here again airplane sound. So reinforce. Then you can reward, gratify, validate the person if they respond well to you. Thank you for having respected my boundaries. I noticed it's appreciated. Because we can be like, hey, stop, full stop, and then like not go further. Like just being like, up, being conflict, I push back, bam, we move forward. And it's like pain, 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 pain. If you say to the person, if you see them respecting your boundaries and be like, oh yeah, I understand, you're like, thank you so much, you get it, I hope we never go back there, I hope we're going to go to some other lands of blah blah blah. And then the person is more inclined to naturally go towards the positive reinforcement, because we are like some machines. It's like we are driven by reward. It's like, even a psychopath that is Machiavellic as fuck, as hell, they are driven by rewards. And if you reward them good for reinforcing your boundaries, they could even be like just poking you a little just to get the reward. Or they could be like, just not even like that. They could just be like reinforcing the boundary, like just so that you would give them the reward. Perhaps you would feel odd. I don't know, like theoretically it makes sense. It's like they are like highly reward oriented. It's like reward is a big deal for them. It's like risk and shit, reward, oof, yes, they run after this. So it's like the more you give them, you feed them, the more they're like really going after it, So it's like, reinforce it. It protects you from psychopath. So, and sociopath, I guess, They have bad reputation, but as well they seems to be the worst. So no offense. Then mindfulness. So we've seen the deer. We've seen the deer, the describe. So you depersonalize. We've seen the express. You express how the specific problem made you feel. Then assert. So asserting, it's about like asserting your boundary. Okay. Then reinforce. You reinforced the boundary being respected. Then mindfulness. Focus on your goal. We're going about the man. Mindfulness, appearing confident and negotiating. So mindfulness. Focus on your goal. Don't get sidetracked by other issues. Be mindful. One step at a time. It all be okay. One step at a time. It all be okay. So, airplane again. So yeah, remain focused on your boundary. It's like this boundary shouldn't be overstepped. It's like it's not about their issue. It's not about the dog's issue. It's not about the company issue. It's about you right now. It's about you. This has been overstepped and it needs to be respected. This is all. This is like you are mindful, you are focused on your thing. It's like you start with this, it's not overstep, and then we can move forward. This is what mindfulness means. Don't get manipulated into transferring the issue towards another place. It's like it's not you being emotional the problem, it's the boundary that has been overstepped. It's like, no, hey, everyone feels emotions, right? So sometimes when some people feel offended, then there is a boundary that is asserted, and this is what I'm doing. I'm putting a boundary asserted, and then everything runs better. It's like we are here to work. We aren't here to get into a conflict, right? So I'm telling you that this boundary is here so that we can work, because the point is not to hurt each other but to work. And work means as well, airplane sound again, work. The etymology of work is linked to pain, so this is why as well your work is paining you a little. It's because this is what it means. Work, it means pain. Torture in French. So yeah, but it doesn't mean that this cannot change, right? Like society is an evolutive process. Language is an evolutive process. Some words have been meaning one thing and the total opposite over the course of time. So don't stay stuck on this. Don't be like, oh no, it's gonna be ever changing. No, it's like, don't worry, this is okay. It's changing anyway. So appear confident. So when you assert your boundaries and so on, when you're talking, when you're in the exchange, appear confident. So use your body language to show confidence, even if you don't feel like it. So stand up straight. You stand up straight. Like, please, I want my boundary to be respected because it's important for me, right? You're like, no, it's like, hey, that was painful. It's like, this has been said, that was painful. It's like, no, we don't do that here, okay? It's like, no, right? You can lower your voice as well. It's like, hey, this has been painful. It's like, oh, we don't do that here, okay? It's like, I prefer that we're all in a good space, in good state of mind. I felt offended and I need and want that we exchange with better vocabulary, a more flourished vocabulary, so that we would be able to better understand each other and aim higher, reach our targets, and so on. So please, let's not go there. It's important for you and for me. You can breathe as well. It's like, ouch. And then like, okay, wait a minute. It's been intense. This, no. I'm sorry, no. We don't go there. What you can do as well is keep it clear and simple. It's like, because sometimes it's like, blah, 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 blah. You're like, no, this happened, and this will say no. For now, I do not care about the rest. I do not mean any disrespect. But for me, what's important is this. You're mindful, it's this and this. No, you can have your trouble beside of this, but this is not okay. I accept your trouble beside of this, so just accept this right now. And like there is a bit of negotiation in there. It's like, I accept this from you, so you accept this from me, right? You keep it clear and simple. It's like, no, this, no. It's like, I understand this. No, you have to understand this. I make the effort to understand this, so you have to understand this. I give you something, so you have to give me something back. Reciprocity. Then avoid fidgeting. It's like, it's not like, please respect my boundary because I want my boundaries to be, like, you can feel stressed and so on, but you see the difference for yourself, like you can see right now, like with my bed, like I'm cold, I don't know how to fidget. It's like, I don't want that. I don't want. You can feel weak. You can feel weak, right? Normally, someone that is really emotionally supportive would be like, "Whoa, okay, I am sorry." Like they would just step out. They would be like, "Whoa, you need space. You need space. I give you space. I come back when you feel better. I am sorry. I don't know what I did. I come back when you feel a bit better. Like I can stay here, available right here, right now. I don't look at you. You just tell me when you're ready to talk because it's been disturbing and I want you to feel okay." Then you let the person, and then they can eventually eventually tell you, and then you can come back, or you can just like check real quick, and once they are like not fidgeting, you can be like, "Okay, are you ready to talk? Because I want to understand, not to push you anymore in this state." Like this would be a more appropriate thing for people on the spectrum, for instance. So then put your hands together. Put your hands together like this, like this, like this. You can put them like this, like this. You can put them like this. You can put them behind your back like this. You can do it like this. You can just do not clench too much. Clench too much, because it makes you feel stressed and you want to feel more relaxed. So you can put them together. This is good. So breathe. Once again, it's important to breathe. It helps to breathe. It brings more oxygen to your vitals, to your entire body. And when you are stressed, you tend to have less access to your cognitive capacities. And when you bring more oxygen to the brain, your cognitive abilities, rationalization kicks in more. And when you rationalize your emotions, it helps you chill down, calm down. This is why labeling, counting, when you feel stress and so on, breathing and counting, this is why it helps to slow down your emotional spike. Stretch your words. It's like, this was absolutely not okay. I do not want that at all. Please. This is not offensive. It looks a bit, it sounds normal, right? Then speak slow and calm, like this the other person feels less aggressed. I know it's not only about the other person, but as well it helps you calm down when you focus on speaking slow and calm. It helps you think better, not being I want to say something non-stop. Okay, like it was not okay. I need to process a little bit. Please give me a moment. Okay, I think I can say it now. So, this happened, and then we go down the list. So then you walk slowly through what happened. It's like this, exactly this. The way it's been, it helps you as well process the traumatic event. You go back the path, you take back control. Meanwhile, as well, it's like it didn't hurt you, and then you had like just to suffer with it for the rest of your life. You're like, whoa, hey, this. I don't know exactly what, but this. Oh, that was exactly this. Actually, when this has been said in this way, then it made me think of this, and then you process the information meanwhile. So yeah, that's a therapeutic motion as well. You heal yourself when you do that. So know the limits of what you are willing to accept and be ready to compromise with them. Keep what's essential. So if what's essential is that a type of word, if that nigga wouldn't be said, then you can be like, you inflate the boundary, because nigga, it really hurts you. It's like, okay, so please don't use BIPOC, don't use black, don't use dark skin, don't use and don't use nigga. And then people will be like, whoa, you're a bit overreacting, or it's like, okay, you don't say BIPOC, and you don't say nigga, and you don't say black. And then the negotiation would be like, black. So you'll be like, oh yeah, perhaps black. Yeah, but black, even like it's dark tone. Like you should say brown. And then like it's not about the nigga anymore. It's because the thing that really was really like, it's about the blackness, and then you're more at ease in the negotiation. So this is it. Do it like it's now. I'm inviting you in the rest of the article to remind you of one time when you've had a boundary that has been overstepped. You feel the pain again, then because you feel safe right now, so you're gonna feel safe. You most probably feel safer than the time when it happened. So it will help you to just diffuse the memory by extending the emotional span of the event, and as well dislock the memory, and so that the trauma will be able just to move back in place a bit more, and have the information fluctuate in the brain a bit better. So you call back a traumatic event when one boundary has been overstepped, and then you go back through the entire process. You're like, hey, when this happened, blah blah blah, da 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 da, and like this, it trains yourself for you to be able to negotiate about your boundaries, but actually about the space before your boundaries a bit better, and feel more at ease stating what you want, because this as well, stating what you want, what you need. So this is it. That's it. This was how to be emotionally supportive and improve your EQ with setting boundaries and the Dear Man framework. Kisses, take care, and assert your boundaries more.